this is a passage from the book, and I really like the passage, okay? So I'm going to read it out to you. I don't normally just read stuff like this on a slide, but I'm going to read it out to you, okay? Self-talk is a way to override our past negative programming by erasing or replacing it with conscious, positive, new directions, okay? Positive direction, yes. Self-talk helpful, right? Self-talk is a practical way to live our lives by active intent rather than passive acceptance. So in other words, you are giving yourself instructions every day rather than letting other people walk through your mind with their dirty feet. Okay? Remember the Gandhi quote, I do not let other people walk through my mind with their dirty feet. So self-talk is a way of making sure you get what you want during the day, and you can use and harness the power of the self-talk with that, okay? It's a way to reprogram the brain, okay? Reprogram those pathways. And in the past sessions, I've done little things about pathways and things like that. I'm not going to go into neurology today because self-talk is psychology, not neurology. And, you know, I've done that a number of times before for people. But when you talk to yourself, it creates a new pathway in the brain. If you talk to yourself over and over again, the pathway gets bigger, quicker, faster, easier, sleeker for the chemical to be released and leave a residue behind. And that forms a new habit on the back of it. But the spark of all of that, the thought, is the self-talk itself. It's like, imagine when you wake up in the morning, you've got to go to work. And work is your destination, okay? And you have to have a taxi to get to work. Now you can either get into that taxi and say, please take me to this place. And you give them an absolute instruction and they will hopefully take the shortest route to get you to that place. Or you get into a taxi in the morning and you say, I'm not sure where I want to be today. And they go, all right, I'll take you somewhere else. That's the difference I often call your self-talk your taxi driver, okay? Because when you get in a taxi, you give them an instruction exactly where you want to go. If you are passive acceptance, you are letting things happen. And that's like getting into a taxi and going, where are you going tonight? Take me with you, okay? So hopefully that might give you a little visual of when you get up in the morning, what instruction do you want to give yourself about the day? Or are you going to just let your own thoughts and other people's negative, hindering thoughts take over your day, and that's the way it's going to be, kind of thing, yeah? I had this situation yesterday. I came in, my self-talk was good. I had to fill an online council form in for the COVID grant stuff. It took me 2.5 hours, and when I went to submit it, you couldn't save and go back to it. You had to do it live. It took me 2.5 hours, and when I submitted it, it said session expired. And at that point, as you can imagine, my self-talk wasn't very useful. There was some expletives that came out, and my self-talk was lots like, I've just wasted 2.5 hours. I could have been so much more productive in that time. Why do they need all this information anyway? Bang, 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 bang. And that annoyed me for about another 30 minutes after that, until I made a choice. Okay, I couldn't change it. I couldn't exit from it because I had to do it again because it needed to go through. So what I had to do was change my mindset, and I kind of went, okay, well, it's not going to do you any good, John, keep moaning anymore, because it's winding yourself up, you're getting annoyed, you're not as focused as you were before, so hang on, it's gone, it's done, you can't do anything about it, let's rejig the jobs list for the day and do what we can do before we leave.